trying to dump you.
We are back, broadcasting live from the Los Caballeros Sports Village in Fountain Valley, California. My name is Dave Vincent. Sitting next to me is John Robles.
Hey, David, how you doing?
Very well. Look at that first quick return from Marcos Chavez. Paul Brady, the gunner from Ireland, versus the local hometown favorite, Marcos Chavez. Marcos has that perfect serve. That is the one that gives Paul Brady's fits. That little throw-in that he does there, John.
One of the things you got to look for on this court is that that door on the entryway. You're going to see some bad bounces come off that lip, I would imagine. I've played here several years. It's a great court.
Zero serve zero.
So smooth.
Watching the United States Handball Association's four-wall National Handball Championships. Paul Brady found a wet spot there on the floor. He wants a quick towel wipe. As both of these guys get ready for the action here. Like you said, you've played here a whole bunch of times, John. This has become kind of the central hub of all things handball when it comes to these major tournaments.
It's a great facility. Lots of courts. Hospitality's great. Lots of staff.
And the players seem to come out to this location too. They like it here.
It's just a good spot. Southern California, though you won't know it today, but beautiful weather brings out the players.
I saw some sun peep through the clouds. Zero serve zero. Just to get the viewers a little bit more comfortable with who you're talking to, my name is Dave Vincent. We have Jeff Kastner in the webcast booth and Kelly Green on the camera. Gene Kazimoto doing the statistician work. But John, you were a pro player on the Pro Tour for, I don't know how many years, about 14 years or so? 15 years?
I wish it was that long. It was about 6. And
your highest ranking was number 2?
I got up to number 3. My true ranking overall was about number 4. And I enjoyed a 3 spot for a few days.
Paul Brady has won 4 straight national championships. And one of those national championships came in 2006, right here at Los Cab, defeating Nadi Alvarado Jr. in 2 straight.
Replay bad bounce on the door, perhaps. It's the only problem with this one court. And then up in the front where that camera hole is, there's a little lip. Sometimes it takes a bad bounce off that, but this one court, that door comes into play. Where we play up in Spring Valley Lake, up in the high desert, we play everything.
Yeah, because that court that you guys play on up there has dead boards in the floor, missing boards.
But we play everything. Just when we get at tournaments, in case the referee doesn't see a particular shot, we're accustomed just to playing through everything. So a lot of times some of these players will stop playing in anticipation of a call and may not necessarily get it.
A lot of congestion up there. Referee letting them play through this.
I think Randy Moltall, who's the referee up there? I think it's Randy.
Is it Randy?
From Washington State.
Yeah, he's a Washington boy. Big supporter of handball. Nice power pass right there. And I don't believe there's another player in handball right now that can hit the ball harder from the short line than does Paul Brady. It all comes with his footwork. Great, amazing, strong legs that he has. His foundation is amazing. 2-sport athlete, plays Gaelic football.
My son Josh is on the line there. left side of the screen. He's one of the line judges today.
Okay.
Marcos, check the floor where you went down.
A lot of delayed in action here. Early on in the quarterfinals, we saw a 15-minute delay between the Luis Moreno-Emmett Pichot match when we were exchanging refs and then a lot of timeouts and glove changes. Looks like this one's starting off like that. Paul's a rhythm player, and he likes to just jump in here and pound. A lot of stopping the action. I'm sure that doesn't help him out. Now, you played at a time when Toddy Severa was on fire. And do you see a similarity between Toddy and Paul Brady's game, just a slight overlap in some certain ways?
Well, that they hit the ball hard and they hit the ball low. A lot of pace on the ball. If you notice, when they execute their low hard drive or their kill shot, they hit the ball at low as comfortable. Now, we always teach you got to hit the ball low. We want to hit it low. But as low as comfortable, and you can tell that Brady's very comfortable hitting that ball just above his shoestrings. Whereas today, my comfortable is about my knee.
Right.
But at one point in time, it used to be that low, and that's the similarities I see between him and Toddy.
Paul Brady always regarded Toddy Severa's game as somewhat being the staple of where he wanted to bring his.
I'm going to call a replay on that. Let's do it again.
See another bad bounce
4-0.
against that glass.
You're right, where that glass meets there's a little lip that comes up about, I don't know, 12 inches or so, maybe a little bit higher, where that glass meets. The glass doesn't go all the way down to the floor like a lot of these other courts do. So there's a strange lip there, and there's also that one on that metal frame, like you said, and then the hole in the front wall. But like you also mentioned, you can just get over all of that and just play everything, right?
Right.
Now, on a day like today, because it is somewhat humid outside, I guess, there's a lot of slides being called. You didn't catch that game that just took place, but a lot of slides on that right wall, and it's also developing on that left.
If it becomes very frequent, what we used to do is just play the serve. Just play the replay the serve if we see a slide, and we let it go during the rallies. Because it gets to a point where either you call everything or you move to another court, and it just interrupts the flow of the game by all these replays.
It's not fun for the fans, not fun for the players. There was a nice rally and a couple diving gets there from both of the players, but Paul Brady punches that ball down the right wall. Marcos is actually getting into shape. His career kind of started a little bit when you were ending yours. I don't know if you guys ever overlapped in a pro tournament or not.
No, never did.
He got his inspiration from Vince Munoz. And I'm sure you guys battled on the court there as well, you and Vince.
Vince and I had many battles, played many years against each other.
That ball was short, not called.
Marcos didn't appeal it, so he must have felt it was a good serve.
This is the first game, men's quarterfinals match, Paul Brady versus Marcos Chavez. It's the United States Handball Association's four-wall National Handball Championships here. That ball hit the front wall hole.
Now he's complaining it hit the back wall crack.
That ball had two bad bounces on its flight to the back wall, not called from the referee. Sometimes the players don't lobby for some of those that they say that was a pretty good shot.
Yeah, it's interference affecting the play. So if the guy really had an opportunity to play that ball, they're arguing he's arguing a short ball here. But it's interference affecting the play. If he didn't have any chance of getting it or retrieving it, then usually the ref will let it go. But with the little argument from the player, he might get the call going his way.
1-8.
You heard the score there, 1-8. I didn't call the score because I couldn't quite hear it.
Down ball.
Marcos doesn't seem like he's warmed up yet. He's just sort of lackadaisical against Paul.
8 serving 1.
It is hard to go up against that power. Now, you're a guy that had a lot of power, and you used it to your advantage. You see that having power, was it one of your philosophies to hit the ball right at the guy or just try to pass it away from him?
9 serving 1.
The only time I would hit the ball at him if I knew I had a big hook on the ball. Hit him where there ain't. It's the old adage, the old baseball adage. Hit him where there ain't.
Second serve. Nice shot. Shot up.
That serve was essentially a back wall setup that Marcos just killed in the left corner. There's one thing about handball. We imagine that there's a 5-foot center carpet that runs from front wall to back wall, and that's where you do not want your opponent to stand, nor do you want the ball to land there, unless it's going towards an angle. You want to keep them off the center court, center carpet, as I used to say. Whoever controls that front center court usually is the guy that's going to win the game.
Now, tell me the dimensions on this carpet that you're talking about.
Oh, I'd say it's probably an imaginary 6-foot center strip down the center.
Okay. And it runs all the way to the back wall?
Runs all the way to the back wall. You don't want your opponent to stand there or to take a shot from that position.
Okay, so Marcos successfully kept Paul off the carpet.
Off the carpet.
Okay.
If you notice, whoever controls that front center court is typically the guy that's going to win the game. It's not the guy that's going to be shooting from 40 feet.
And so, in other words, when Paul's retrieving that serve, he's standing right dead center on the carpet, so to speak. I mean, he's in his place.
Right, exactly.
And you just want to keep him out of that place.
Exactly.
Paul's in the carpet.
Center court.
Point.
He just missed his shot there.
Now, what happens if you're off balance in your carpet?
Hey, as long as you're on the carpet.
Okay. I'm going to make a new T-shirt.
Stay on the carpet?
Down ball.
Or get off my carpet?
Get off my carpet, or I'm successfully on the carpet. There's only one of us big enough for this carpet.
9 serving 2.
9-2, first game, men's quarterfinals, United States Handball Association's 4-wall national championships, the 59th one of these. You probably played in the pro division at least, I would say at the very least 5 national tournaments.
At least, yeah.
You made it to the finals of
9 serving 2.
quarterfinals, semis of how many of those?
I'd say at least 2, finals of 1, and quarterfinals. Being number 4, you always end up playing number 1.
Right.
And I had the ability to beat everybody on the tour at least once. I just couldn't do it all in one weekend. And being number 4, you always ran into a Chapman or whoever had that number 1 spot, and it was difficult to.
The year that you went to the finals, who did you play, Vince?
Chapman.
Chapman in the finals. And you recall who you beat in the semis?
By
serving 2.
Not bad. Normally I know all this stuff.
And Toddy, played Toddy, and then actually the first round was Vern Roberts, who gave me the opportunity to play.
Nice.
I was just going for doubles. This was back in Colorado. I was just going in for doubles, and he came up to me and asked me, hey, John, there's a spot in the open singles. Would you like to play?
And you made the finals.
And, yeah, made $300 the first round I played, and I got to play Vern. I think he asked me because he thought he could beat me. And the second round was against Scott Kelly from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I know Scott.
11 serving 2.
You heard the score, 11-2 timeout now from Paul Brady. I'm very aware of Scott Kelly from Chattanooga, still a top player. Just won a Masters division in the, I believe he's 50 now, hard to believe, but playing great handball. In the broadcast booth, we have John Robles. My name is Dave Vincent. You're watching the United States Handball Association's 4-wall National Handball Championships here at Los Caballero Sports Village. If you're looking for handball gear, look no further than the USHA web store at ushandball.org. The web store has everything you need for handball. Premium handball gloves, official balls, custom shirts, shorts, hats. They can all be found at an affordable price too, and the convenience of ordering online, which is what I like to do. Whether or a handball pro, if you're just somebody that plays casually, or if you are a pro, you can get the great gear at the web store at ushandball.org, as they have everything that you need right there. You can buy balls, shirts, apparel. You can even get your membership to the organization, ushandball.org.
I just got a message handed to me from Lance Walcoltz.
Of course, he's an Atlanta guy, I believe.
Yes.
And Lance lives up north now, I believe, in Washington State. I know his
Excuse me?
Chance, his son, I
Chance,
believe, is
yes.
over in that great Pacific Northwest. But Lance over there in Athens, Georgia, or Atlanta, something like that.
Yeah, I guess he emailed in or texted and said he's listening. So we wanted to say hello to Lance. He's a very strong handball proponent.
I love Lance.
Philanthropist down in great state of Atlanta, Georgia.
Great state of Atlanta.
Great
I think he lives
state
in
of Atlanta, Georgia.
Doesn't he live in a cave? That guy?
Yeah, he has a cave in his jacuzzi.
Yeah. Well, I'd be living in my jacuzzi, so.
He's got this palatial estate. Give her the opportunity to go down there. Great hospitality, and then you can sit in his cave.
Yeah, Lance is a good dude. He's probably going, how does Dave Vincent even know who I am? He knows my son?
Chance is a strong up-and-comer.
Yes, I think.
Strong player.
For some reason, I'm thinking he's a Spokane, Washington college student, but I could be wrong.
No, he actually went to Georgia State.
I think he's living on up in the Great Pacific Northwest now.
Yeah, he is. He's living in Montana.
Montana, okay. 2 serves 11, quarterfinals, Marcos Chavez, and the gunner, Paul Brady, going for his 5th straight national handball championship. Paul's actually on target to do something pretty good. He's won the All-Ireland Senior Championship and the Irish Nationals. And if he repeats here, he will be the national champion in the United States, and he's also the current world champion, 2 times removed. He's seeking his 3rd straight world championship in Portland in October.
I called the ball short. He's appealing. You thought it was good? You thought it was good, or you agreeing with my call? One agrees, one disagrees. Second serve.
In that situation, one disagrees, one agrees. The referee can change his call and or make a stand as the call stands. So.
Especially if you're a referee who's a little skeptical of your call. Sometimes you call it and you go, I'm going to say short, but I'm not really quite sure. If you get somebody else that agrees with you, you can play around with the definition of the term of what you can do as a referee there. You could overturn your own call.
Right.
Especially if you're skeptical and you thought, well, if someone else sees it, I might agree. You've got the guy standing right on the line. The best person to see this really is the server, especially with Marcos and this little serve right here. I mean, it's not like he's hitting a power serve.
And the other side of that is that if the referee doesn't make a call, he's questioned, and the 2 line judges disagree on the serve, then he has to overturn his call.
Right. This is the first game. That's where Paul Brady is so powerful right up there. Both of these guys standing on the carpet.
Yep. And now he just removed him from the carpet with the setup.
Now, you're a handball celebrity, John, so your carpet is red.
Of course.
Yeah, my carpet doesn't have that color. Now, Luis Moreno plays the winner of this one, and if that winner does happen to be Paul Brady, then Luis is rooting on these long rallies from Marcos.
Definitely. You like to see the guys sweat, and the guys that you're going to play next. You want to see a lot of dives. You want to see a lot of crashing into the walls. Anything to take them down a notch before you play them.
Right. a lot of tiebreakers. You want to see that too.
Tiebreakers, yes.
You do not want to see Paul Brady out to 11-2 run. 11-4 here, though.
That's a great angle. I like that angle right there. It's coming right into your living room or office, wherever your guys are watching this broadcast.
Your bus bench. Or maybe even in the jacuzzi cave.
The jacuzzi cave.
You never know.
Lance, we got to work on that, buddy.
Need to get streaming in the jacuzzi.
13 serving 4.
Just got word that chance walk holds, not as if, you know, anybody other than just 3 people on this planet really want to know. It's a real estate agent in Kalispell, Montana. Went to, I think he was a bulldog in Athens, University of Georgia. As we watch this great angle that John loves so much, you get to see every shot, basically, from the players. Oh, that ball slid.
Yeah.
That's a frustrating way to end a nice long rally like this. And again, the weather really isn't so humid that you would expect this in this club. These are just the second match of the day, and it was doing the same exact thing in the first one.
13 serving 4.
Almost like we need to get a fan on, turn the fans on or something.
It's a long day in this court. The rest of the tournament.
Well, we have a Dave Chapman match coming up, so.
Oh, one of my favorite players.
Okay. We have a Dave Fink match coming up. Just wondering if maybe I get the same answer from you on that. Oh, he's one of my favorite players.
There you go.
5 serving 13.
5-13. Now is the score, first game. Marco Chavez serving. Marco's wearing the white shirt.
What happened there? Another slide or a bad bounce?
Gentlemen, I saw the ball slide over there, so we're going to replay the point.
Marcos is sponsored by the LAAC, Los Angeles Athletic Club, and
5 serving 13. Short ball.
and these pro players are looking for sponsorships. So if you're an owner of a business or privately able to help out, then please do contact us, and we'll get you in contact with them as they try to travel around from tournament to tournament, and it's kind of hard to do. Prize purses aren't
6 serving 13.
what they used to be. 6-13.
Short ball.
No, those expenses do add up. And speaking from experience, the sponsorship is greatly appreciated. You know, these guys work just as hard as any other pro athlete. They're just as in shape, and yet the financial reward isn't there, as we all know, but it's one of the greatest sports on the planet.
It's kind of a quiet rumble out in the crowd right now.
Keeping everybody off the carpet except that shot there.
Nice shot.
And that's what happened.
Shot up. Is a 13 serving 6.
13-6.
13 serving 6.
This is the first game.
Point.
Marcos can't give away free shots like that. He just can't do it.
14 serving 6. Short.
You know, you often think when you lose a match or lose a game, you often think about the last 4 or 5 points that you missed on the hand errors or the shots that, you know, the kill shots that you missed. But you often forget
Second serve.
about the shots when it's 0-0 on the hand errors and the shots that you miss, and
Right,
the kill
right.
shots you miss. Every single shot is important to the game. It's
all
not
those-
just the last 5 or 6.
Especially when you're up there serving and then it's a side out and you give your opponent a chance to serve. And even though you don't lose anything, you just wasted an opportunity to be in the driver's seat.
On the carpet,
Paul hits the ball so hard from the carpet.
strong, strong player.
15 serving 6.
Now Paul Brady is pulling away here, and Paul knew that ball was broken earlier. When he looked at it, you saw it about a minute and a half ago. He looked at the ball on the shot and just bounced it back to Marcos, but
let's look at the replay on that, Dave. You can see exactly. He picks up the ball, checks it, now serves, cracks. Good call on that one. Those are trained eyes there.
he knew it was breaking. We will eventually, though. We will eventually have replay here.
Well, we can see the replay.
Well, of course. Now we can. Now let's look. Yeah, you're right. Of course, we can see it, but
the super slow-mo shows the ball actually cracking in the rally before.
Paul Brady now back in here with a brand new ball. Glad that they spent less time finding a brand new ball compared to trying to find a referee in the last match. Took them 15 minutes to do that. I don't think you've ever seen that before.
I'm actually refereeing 245. So
oh, you are.
Is that the next match after this?
Yeah. Do you have to do a warm up? You know, do you have to?
This is.
You have to leave the booth early, 30 minutes early to prep for your.
No, not like I used to. He's arguing again here on the slide.
If the floor is not wet and the ball is not wet. Okay. I'm not calling the
All he has to
slide,
do.
does the ball slid on that last
All he has to do is appeal.
Right.
There's
and
no
he
argument.
Did. He actually did, but the referee's not calling his line judges. Randy Moltak, the referee, didn't turn to his line judges and actually follow through with appeal, so that's why Marcos is yelling. He appealed immediately, but never got the actual appeal.
16 serving 6.
16-6 here, kind of quietly. Paul Brady jumping out to a 10-point lead.
I think Randy isn't used to that Hawaiian hang loose signal.
I kind of figured he would be. I mean, any guy that hangs around with Brian Hinson up in the Washington area knows all about Hawaii.
Seventeen serving 6.
17 serve 6.
17.
That's the correct call from the
17 serving 6.
from the referee. 17-6.
Sort of a disjointed kind of game. Too many timeouts, too many arguments.
It started early, though,
Yeah.
John. Remember, right? Immediately in the first rally, it was just almost as if they're, I don't know what's going on. And if you think this is bad, you should have saw what took place in the previous game, which was just.
Look at the fans are falling asleep. Hey, wake up out there.
Well, we don't know what took place there. The referee and I guess Marcos Chavez called a timeout, but no official call there. But we're going to stay in the booth and talk about it. Paul Brady quietly just jumping out to a real big lead here. Now he's telling the guy wiping the floors and the walls that it's sliding deep in the back corners. And that's
is that Bowers, Bob Bowers there in the court?
I believe so.
Old time handball, Pasadena YMCA. For those of you out there that are familiar with that, I think that's him, Bob Bowers.
He refereed the last game, in fact. He was the replacement for Nelson Quintero, who got fired by Emmett Pichotte. I don't know what the official call is here from the referee. I apologize again. He didn't make the announcement. All of a sudden, Marcos left. It could be a glove change. It could be a shirt change, which would be 2-minute timeout. We're over the 1-minute mark, or maybe it's just a timeout to wipe down the floors. I don't think it's that bad in there, but I mean, again, this goes along with what you were talking about.
There's Bob, old Pasadena YMCA. For those of you out there that remember him, it's amazing to see all these faces. He's been around the game for many, many years.
We'll try to get scores from the other brackets as they become available for you as you tune in to the live broadcast here.
Okay, resume play. 18 serving 6.
18 serve 6. That's how you end a guy's tournament right there.
Hurts a little bit.
Well, what do you do when a guy serves 90 miles an hour and hits the side wall right before you have a chance to just punch it to the front wall? Paul Brady just took that one on the side of the face.
18 serving 6. Play it again.
What was the?
I don't understand that.
Marcos, I call what I see. 18 serving 6. Play it again.
Wow.
Ooh.
No argument from Paul Brady. Marcos looked up immediately.
With that commanding of a lead, you usually probably wouldn't argue that. If it was a closer game, I would imagine Paul would.
18 serving 6.
Oh, Paul just didn't hear it. Now he's going to.
That was a hinder on that ball. Replay. Replay.
See, Paul just didn't hear him.
Yeah. But there again, he's
18 serving
a
6.
gentleman and lets it go.
He just shook his head. Now he's going to go back and hit another 90-mile-per-hour serve. That one was short, though, not called from the ref. Unless I caught it wrong.
Play it again.
Guess it doesn't really matter.
18 serving 6. Short ball.
That's a good call from the ref. We say the bad, we say the
Second
good. We
serve.
give him his compliments when he.
It's Randy. He's used to it.
Oh, that was a nice little hidden sort of punch shot from Marcos.
Got a couple fans in the crowd there.
Marcos is a fan favorite down here.
Hold it.
You hear this?
That's a good call.
Play it again. I know. I was a little too fast with that. 6 serving 18. Point.
There's the 7th point from Marcos Chavez.
7 serving 18.
Sort of a big ball shot there from Marcos. Well, that ball slid over there.
The ball's sliding. What you really got to do is have a conversation with the guys before you get up in that referee's box and sort of go over, the bad bounces and the slides, and just come to an agreement. Let them know how you're going to call it. Helps eliminate a lot of confusion during the game, a lot of arguments.
Well, now you're going to be reffing the Dave Chapman, Dave Fink match, and get ready for. I mean, do you have to put yourself through a little mental, setting of the table, so to speak, mentally here as you get ready for that? I mean, who would want to referee that match? Yeah, you seem to be happy about it, almost like you're relishing in the, because you know how difficult it is for us to be, to be nice in the webcast booth regarding the referee's call of the previous game, and now you're going to be that guy we're talking about. How does that feel?
Well,
you want to exchange some money now, or?
I'm actually gonna go tell Pete I can't make the match now. You got me too nervous. Now these guys, I am the veteran of the group. I've been there and done that, and hopefully they can respect that as well, and I'll do the best job I possibly can.
Side out.
But the main thing is to start your credibility before the match starts. You get down there, you talk to the players, you let them know how you're going to make the calls, and just go from there.
Point.
Another quick point here for Marcos.
8 serving 18.
8 to 18. Marcos is 35 years old, just turned a 3 months ago or so. Back in March. That ball had a weird bounce on the ground.
Point.
Paul looking for a slide.
He's appealing that it slid, or that Paul says the serve slid when it hit the ground. I didn't call it.
I saw it on the ground as well. But then again, like you said, you just kind of have to establish it with these guys saying, I want to just play through some of these. I don't know how you're going to say it to them, but do you have the right to say, the ball sliding on every shot, we're going to have to, we're going to play through everything? Can you say that as a referee?
Side out.
You
Does it go-
can.
Can you say we're going to do high desert rules here?
Where, if they agreed to it, if they agreed to it. But it just depends on the players. If it becomes continual, you have to do something. You can't replay every single.
Right.
I mean, you could, but we'd be here till 3 in the morning.
Timeout. Marcos first one. Score is 19, serving 9.
19-9. First game, men's quarterfinals, United States Handball Association's 4-wall National Handball Championships, Los Caballeros Sports Village, Fountain Valley, California. John Robles, the great John Robles, ranked as high as number 3 on the Pro Tour in the broadcast booth. You've also you are the current 35 national Canadian handball champion in the singles. And I'm sure you've won a doubles title as well as national titles in doubles. I mean, more.
Well, I've also won 4 world titles.
4 world titles. Wow.
23 and under, open singles, and 2 open doubles.
Former world champ in the singles.
2-time.
Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, at least you're honest about it.
I'm just getting back in the swing of things, Dave.
I keep coins in my Waterford crystal, so.
Do you?
Yeah. I stole it from Dave Chapman.
I donated most of my stuff. Well, I think there's a trophy still at the Washington Athletic Club in their trophy case.
Nice. You're a member of that club. I'm assuming that's why it's there.
Yes.
Back in the day that took place. Talking the mid-90s there, probably.
Resume play. 19 serving 9.
19 serves 9. First game, quarterfinals. Paul Brady serving to Marcos Chavez.
Short.
Marcos is 5'9", 180 pounds.
Second serve.
He's right-handed. Said that his favorite food is a smoothie. Graduated from high school in 1992. And I asked him what his favorite color was, and he said, right now my favorite color is darks. I'm into darks right now.
That's my favorite color. Is that?
I'm into darks right now, he said.
Point.
That was his response.
Does that mean primer?
20 serving 9.
He's wearing a white shirt. 20 serves 9. This is game point here. That ball
That's
just
a
over the
good
line,
serve.
and what a great way to throw out your pro serve on the last one, making it 21-9. We're going to take a quick timeout here from the broadcast booth of the Los Caballeros Sports Village for John Robles. My name is Dave Vincent. We'll be back in just a few shakes. Stick with us here at ushandball.org. An up. Thank you for watching the 2009 United States Handball Association's 4-wall National Championships from Los Caballeros Sports Village, Fountain Valley, California.
Okay, we're ready to resume with game 2. Everybody take your seats.
John Robles sitting next to me. We have Randy Moltak on the microphone in the referee's box. Marcos Chavez gets the first serve here in game number 2 after losing the first one 21-9.
Okay, gentlemen, let's play ball. 0 serving 0.
You heard the score, 0 serve 0. This is the men's quarterfinal match.
Short. Second serve.
That's actually a pretty effective serve because you guarantee that Paul Brady is not going to make an offensive shot on that.
Anything above the shoulders that
1
doesn't come off the
serving
back
0.
wall.
Yeah.
You bet.
Oh, that ball hit like a rounded corner up there. That's what Normally when you see a ball crotch out like that, it's because of those rounded corners. That was a strange kind of serve and return.
On the carpet.
You're feeling the serve? I called the serve good.
I thought it was short. I wanted that to be noted.
Thought it was short? You thought it was short. Replay.
That's right. That's a good call. I thought it was about 4 inches short. That's why I said that was a strange serve, and then the return that Paul made almost hit Marcos because of that short ball. But and I'm saying, you know, thinking it's 4 to 6 inches short. That's why I thought it just looked weird to me. But sometimes on camera, we lose a frame or two.
Two serving 0. Short ball. Second serve.
Marcos jumping out to a 2-point lead here. Oh, went for the bottom board, missed it.
Out. Zero serving 2.
0 serves 2.
Don't rub it.
Zero serving
From the old
2.
school.
You're one of those guys that would get hit by a ball and turn around and say, what happened? What?
Yeah.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Yeah.
Why are you checking the ball?
Was it good? Was it going to make it? That's what I'd say.
One serving 2.
If Bike would hit you with a 100-mile-an-hour back wall shot in the calf, potentially going to roll out, and you'd look up. Is that good? Is that going to make it?
Right.
Down.
Meanwhile, you got a contusion in the back of your calf.
A heme.
2 serving 1.
2 serves 1. Second game.
Short. Second serve. Play again. Replay.
That was a light hinder. In the broadcast booth, we have John Robles, who
First serve. 2
was
serving
a
1.
huge influence, although you didn't know it, John. One of the junior players that you mentored back in the 90s is our very own Jeff Kastner. And without your
3 serving 1.
idolism that you created unwillingly and unknowingly, maybe willingly, but maybe not unknowingly, he has turned into a fine young lad and a good handball player and one heck of a broadcast specialist because of you.
Oh, thank you very much.
The things that you did.
The Kastners are a great family.
Now, I didn't mention anything about the family. I was just talking about Jeff.
Family's key. They're good people.
He's got the nicest parents on the planet.
Yeah.
2 serving 3.
Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, as they say. Or the handball doesn't fall too far from
the handball bag.
All right, there you go.
Oh, and that's a nice shot right there from Marcos, who went for that kill shot.
3 serving 2.
3-2. Marcos has to be feeling pretty good about himself right here.
Oh, that would have been a good get.
This kind of feels different, doesn't it? Marcos feels like he, maybe a little bit more confidence. I mean, you know when you're going in there against the #1 player in the world, regarded as, you get a little tense, but here it looks like he said, you know what, I'm just going to play my game. 4 serves 2. It's early on.
Short.
He's not able to get that serve over, John.
Second serve.
Oh, missed that shot.
Marcos is not afraid to use his left hand. He digs it in that one, but he's not one of those pro players that'll switch around and use his right. He'll use his left.
2 serving 4.
2 serves 4. One of Paul Brady's biggest fans, Paul Mo Fitzpatrick and Mark Magoo McGowan are watching this live broadcast from Belgium today.
Belgium.
That's always nice to hear that.
I was in Belgium this year.
And
it was
Second
cold.
serve.
well, it's hot now. We've got Fitz and Magoo.
I didn't know they played handball in Belgium. I apologize. How come you guys didn't contact me? I would have played with you.
Well, they live in Cavan Town. I know Fitzpatrick lives in Cavan Town, County Cavan in Ireland, up north, but I think he's just on vacation there in Belgium.
Okay.
Nice shot.
But they're watching nonetheless, watching one of their best friends, Paul Brady, who's also from that same county.
5 serving 4.
5 serves 4.
Is that Mark Magoo or Mr. Magoo?
Mark Magoo McGowan.
Okay.
Point. Timeout. First timeout, 1 minute.
I don't think you want to be a handball player and have the nickname Mr. Magoo. For those
Is that an American joke?
Yeah, it
only?
might be an American joke. For those in Ireland, it was an old cartoon. Mr. Magoo was blind, and all those strange things that would happen to him in his daily life. That was comedy, I guess. Back in a time when you could, make fun of people with handicaps and get by with it. Can't do that now, though. You're watching the United States Handball Association's Four-Wall National Handball Championships. We're here in beautiful Fountain Valley, California. No sun, a little bit of cloud, but still a nice day. The players are coming from all around the world to watch this. Some from Canada. We have players from Ireland, United States, Mexico in the tournament. We also have Vic Deleuze coming in from Australia. You remember him, old
Yeah,
Vic
where is
Deluzio.
he?
He was here earlier.
Really?
He lost in his first round match.
Is he at the pub?
I don't know where he's at, but he's coming in from Australia.
He's an
I
old-time
believe
friend
we
of mine.
have a
Okay, resume play.
couple players from Japan
6
here as well.
serving 4.
Konnichiwa.
This is truly a national handball championship. This is a great camera angle right here.
Off the carpet, off the back wall.
I just say just stay right here.
Nice rally, guys. Point.
Add a little juice on it.
Seven serving 4.
7 serves 4. That ball took a bad bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Replay. Bad bounce.
That door frame.
First serve. Sorry.
Just a
Seven
big chunk
serving
of metal
4.
right in the
2
center
serves.
there.
The only reason why Paul's looking back at the referee is because the referee did not actually call that. He just, maybe it was so obvious that he didn't feel like he had
Right
to.
out. Go, Marcos.
But the referee didn't say anything until
4
Marcos
serving
looked up
7.
at him. Sometimes we
Short ball.
forget that it's a national tournament and don't follow all of the
Second
little
serve.
Right.
protocols that you
Exactly.
might have to go through. It's almost as if you're refereeing a local tournament in your local club.
I don't want you critiquing me on the next
I won't do
match,
that to you, I promise.
or else I'll never be a friend again.
Okay? I want this to be noted that John Robles actually at this moment considers us as friends. It has been noted.
It's
been
on
logged.
record.
It's been logged. Look at Marcos just going for everything. Paul's just diving in.
Down ball. Nice rally, guys. For point.
Paul Brady
Nice
hit the
rally.
deck 3 times during that rally, and Marcos was going for the bottom board multiple times. And he only wins the point when
5
Paul
serving 7.
tried to drive a ball down that right wall. 5-7.
Short ball.
It's a great camera angle on that serve from Marcos.
Second serve.
Now he's just going to flip it in. Watch this. Just a flip. I guarantee you there's only a couple people on this planet that would serve like that to Paul Brady. I mean, it's just so hard to do that. In your mind, you're thinking that I'm going to have to try to get a ace serve or something.
Who's the second guy? Chapman?
I think Emmett would do it because Emmett has that underhand serve, and Chapman, of course, goes with the overhand, not an underhand. I'm talking about that, just underhand flip like that. I've seen Tony Healy do it a couple times, too. But Alan Garner was playing Paul Brady in Ireland, and he went to that Marco Chavez underhand serve and got a lot of points off of it. So that's why I thought this was be a pretty good matchup, you know. So
Side out.
Change the pace, right? You take the speed off, and it's like a pitcher throwing a changeup.
Well, you know,
You get these guys hitting off their front foot just like you would in baseball. And
plus you can't, like we said earlier, you can't make any offensive shots from where that ball's going to end up.
yeah.
7-6 is the score here. Paul Brady up by 1. Mainly because Marcos is just going for it now.
Try to dump that in. He's asking
Hold
for
up.
a bad.
Replay.
Thinks that the ball's broken.
What's the replay call?
Marcos wants to see the ball now. He's going to,
throw it as hard as he can against the lower squeeze.
which is illegal according to the rule book. Player can't.
We used to give it a good squeeze before we toss it up there. It did break.
You're watching the United States Handball Association's four-wall National Handball Championships here from Los Caballeros Sports Village, Fountain Valley, California. Paul Brady got here by defeating Danny Bell, 21-7, 21-6 in the round of 16. Paul Brady had that round of 32 bye. Marcos Chavez defeated one of his bigger foes when he got through Tyler Hamill in the round of 16, 21-15, 21-10. And then Marcos in the round of 32 defeated Alan Garner's brother, Aaron Garner, 21-4, 21-7. The winner of this one faces Luis Moreno, who just defeated Emmett Pichotte,
Okay, let's go.
21-10, 21-16.
7 serving 6.
7-6. This is the second game. Marcos lost the first one, 21-9.
Short ball. Second serve.
That was just a flip
Point.
up there from Paul Brady.
Took a chance at it. He saw Marcos was back on his heels. Wasn't going to charge forward to get that
8
shot.
serving 6.
8 serve 6. Make that 9-6.
Point. 9 serving 6.
Wow. That ball was smoked. Marcos almost stepped into it.
Side out.
Took a little pace off that.
Yeah, that's different for Marcos. He's been just nailing those as hard as he can. That time he just took a little off. 6-9.
Short ball.
Marcos has been going for that serve, and he's been shy by a lot. Mainly just getting short serves on that. Finally, he got a crack, and it was just 2 inches behind the line.
Down ball.
Kind of playing sloppy ball right now, though.
He is. He's not playing like he's in.
9 serving.
What round are we in here? The round of 8?
The quarters.
Quarters.
9 serving 6.
The score is 9-6.
Got ball set up.
Wow.
That's what needs to happen.
I mean, if you take another step forward, Paul's just going to blow that ball down one of those walls.
10 serving
Down
6.
the right wall, actually. Kind of catches you in a weird spot.
Point.
Well, he had the view of the ball and the player. That's the best spot to be in, and then you make your determination when you're hitting the ball.
Well, it's
11 serving 6.
the player he had a view of was standing right in the middle of the red carpet, too. was a smart move from Paul, who...
2 bounces?
Yeah, it was 2 bounces. It was a smart move from Paul, though. He took that ball behind him.
11 serving 6.
So I guess it's a replay.
Contact, perhaps? Don't know.
Side out.
You're noticing not a lot of slide balls happening here in
6
this
serving 11.
part of the second game.
Bob came in and wiped down the court pretty well. I don't know if that
Maybe it
helped.
was Bob that did it. Where would we be without Bob?
Bob, you're the man.
11 serving 6. 11 serving 6.
See, Brady didn't think that last play was a replay.
It only took him a point to realize it.
After they called the
11
score.
serving 6.
11-6. That's could be appealed. Now you see the fist pump from Paul, which is usually trying to sell the referee on not calling the short. That's usually why you throw out a fist pump.
12 serving 6.
12-6.
Thank you.
Marcos called a wrist ball on that, I believe.
Timeout. Score is 13 serving 6. 1 minute.
You heard the score, 13-6.
Yeah.
Bob, man in the door.
Bob does everything. There's a great glimpse of Paul Brady.
Well, sort of, if he ever takes the towel off his head.
His hometown is Loftduff, Chavez, Ireland. He's the Irish gunner. Pretty much has a stranglehold on professional handball since capturing the first national title of his in 2005. Actually, just before that, 2004, when he won the big showdown there in Seattle. You remember that when he beat Dave Chapman. He's won every U.S. Nationals since 2005, bringing his total to 4, seeking out his 5th. He's a 2-sport Irishman athlete who plays a pretty fierce and intense game of Gaelic football as well as handball. Not saying he's a top player in Ireland, but he's really good, above average.
Gaelic football.
It's like soccer, team handball, rugby, all rolled into one sport. Very physical.
Okay, resume play. 13 serving 6.
13-6. This is the second game. Marcos scored 9 in the first one.
Down ball.
Probably not going to score much more in this game either.
Way
What'd you
Paul
say?
Brady's playing.
14-6.
14 serving 6.
There it is.
Point.
Luis Moreno is hoping that Paul gets pushed just a little bit more here.
15 serving 6.
Maybe pushed into a wall. I know Luis is back at the hotel preparing for his match tomorrow, and that's also going to be a rematch of the quarterfinals from October where Luis Moreno beat Paul Brady at the U.S. Open. That was the first time Paul has lost in America in 4-wall since 2005, and that was in October. So you're going to see a rematch there, and you know Paul Brady is going to focus on Luis and try to pick up his game just a little bit because he felt embarrassed last year, especially when he was up 9-2 in the tiebreaker and Luis came back and beat him.
Nice try. Point.
Yeah, Marcos is pretty much given up this game.
Paul Brady is a complete player. I'm sure you probably know that by now. He has a total game of offense and defense. Doesn't get noted for his defense, but he can go there. He can go there anytime he wants to. 16-6 is the score, second game.
Hold it.
Now the referee is coming through loud and clear.
16 serving 6.
Maybe too loud. I can only take.
Replay. 16 serving 6.
Oh, that's an avoidable.
Avoidable hinder right there. Didn't call it, but he got the point anyways.
I let you have that one, Paul. I didn't want to get yelled at again.
The referee trying to blame it on Paul now when it was actually an avoidable hinder. I let you have it. I didn't want to get yelled at again. It's the referee's call on that.
You know, one of the toughest things about as refereeing is you can be a good ref, you know the rules, but if you haven't played at that level, it's different. You know, these guys have a tendency to get mad at the referees, but if you haven't really played at that level, it's difficult to make those kinds of calls. And especially since we don't call avoidable hinders in our practice.
Right.
You know, when I was playing, we used to call avoidables in practice. We just didn't assess the penalty, but we called it so everybody would recognize what an avoidable hinder was.
Point.
You know, Brady just goes through the motions here. It's just a matter of time. This game is pretty much over. I think Marcos is
18 serving 6.
realizing that probably a few points ago.
18 serve 6 is the call. Paul wants to get back to the hotel so he can focus on his semifinals tomorrow.
Six serving 18.
Not used to this paparazzis.
The high-profile job we have where people are taking our pictures.
Yeah.
We're like lions in a zoo right here. Big lions,
like
John.
I thought I was more like a deer in headlights. You know, when you get out of it for the last 8 or 9 years that I have been, you're not used to it anymore.
18 serve 6. Well, when you join a cult and travel the country, that's what happens. Oh, that's a nice shot right there from Paul. Paul Brady wins the first one, 21-9. Here it's 19-6.
19 serving 6.
It's just a matter of going through the motions.
That's how I live my daily life, so I can relate.
20 serving 6.
Here it is, game and match point, serve 6. That ball just ate up Marcos, and Paul Brady wins this match 21-9, 21-6.
Thanks, David.
Yeah, no problem, man. You're going to be up waiting for that intense refereeing that you're going to have to do in the next one.
I'm going to get warmed up.
Thank you for helping us out there, John. All right. That's the men's quarterfinals. They are now complete. Paul Brady faces Luis Moreno tomorrow for the semifinals match. The winner of that one will go to the finals, though. We still have to play the bottom brackets quarterfinals. Dave Chapman versus Dave Fink coming up right around the corner. For John Robles here in the broadcast booth, Kelly Green, Jeff Kastner, and our statistician Gene Cosimoto. My name is Dave Vincent. We'll be back in just a few shakes. You stay here at ushandball.org.